Hi, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Nico Meyering, and I use he, him pronouns. I'm a white man with blonde hair, a large black headset, blue and brown spectacles, a green flannel shirt underneath a brown cardigan. I'm seated in front of some bookcases and a purple wall. And like about 25% of the US population, I'm disabled. Non-disabled folks might look at our lives and see that they're tragic, sad, pitiful, but I've been disabled a pretty long time now, and I think there's also room for disabled joy. However, the disability community has as many members as it has opinions, which is why I've asked my friend Elana here with me today to talk about disabled joy. Elana, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Nico. It's so good to be here.
Of course, can you share a joyful memory with me? It could intersect with your disability, or it could be totally separate. Either is valid.
Absolutely. So, a joyful moment that I've had most recently is in October, when my fiance and I, well, now fiance, yeah, we were hiking in Colorado, my favorite place ever that I've ever been in. I lived there for 5 years, and so he was able to arrange us getting engaged on a mountain on a beautiful, gorgeous day, really like evening almost. Right on, it's a crazy story, Nico, because it's I'm Jewish, and so it was right on Yom Kippur, which is like the most holy day of the year.
Yes.
And it really brought me, I just felt like it was so aligned. I saw like the moon and just gore, like it was just amazing to be in one of my favorite places on earth and be there alongside my now fiance.
That does sound remarkable. I'm glad that he took the care and set that all up. That sounds really magical.
Yeah, it really was. Thank you.
How has your disability intersected or impacted your own ability to pursue joy, to pursue happiness?
Oh man, well, that's a great question. So I would say, if your listeners are maybe not aware of how hard it is to actually get an understanding and really clarity of maybe like what's going on. Because I really do feel, Nico, that like our abilities as individuals that maybe do have disabilities, we actually have a lot of amazing gifts. And so, growing up, I was always told like I'm too loud, I'm too much, I'm too creative. Alana, like your head is in the clouds, like come to earth. And it was not until I was working for another nonprofit, because I've been working in a nonprofit sector for over a decade plus. For this one, it was during the pandemic. And I think during the pandemic, my whole psyche changed a lot, where I became like a little more like aware of what was going on. And I was seeing my therapist. I just started seeing her at the time, and she was like, I think that maybe you potentially have ADHD. And I'm I'm not sure like what you're saying. It was basically like for her to say that, I was like, what? No, like I know that I have depression. Like I know I have anxiety and that my family has a strong history of mental health issues. Um, but I don't think that like maybe, And so when I did, I guess like it's like a two-parter, right? I mean, it's very multi-layered. It's essentially like when I was not in a great place, like in my like career, which often has been the case, Nico. And I'm sure this is not unfamiliar with your listeners and people that are following this, is that you come to this crossroads, like this threshold of like your real authentic self like coming through when maybe life is really really hard and there's a lot of like pivoting and kind of reinventing yourself. And so that's what happened to me is I was literally let go from another nonprofit the same day I got my ADHD diagnosis or affirmation a year ago, basically.
Thank you. That sounds like quite a journey. I'm glad you got that diagnosis, though, and it seems like you're doing well now. So I really want to honor that and honor that growth and that journey for you. Fantastic. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course. So it sounds like during our brief conversation, that you've had a lot of disabled experience. So this next question might be difficult, right? Because I want you to pick just
Yeah.
one thing that you want the general public to know about disabled life or disabled quality of life.
I would say, don't judge, like don't judge. And also don't assume that someone is doing okay and smiling, like I am smiling right now, when maybe inside their brain, their psyche, maybe things are not going the way that you think they're going. And I also would really get to know someone, and understand what they're going through, because everyone has a different story and a different experience that they're, or a different obstacle, or path that they're going on. And it's not ours to really know what's going on, but we can take the time to really get to know someone and hear what's going on with them, and really like open up some space, so they feel validated and affirmed, because we really need more of that, Nico. Like, just be able to share who we are, what's going on, what we've been through. And I think oftentimes people think like, oh, like I have that too. And it's like, sorry, like you don't, because I'm different. Like I'm unique because I'm me and you're you, and the other person's themselves. And I think that we as society have a really hard time with that, being like individualized and truly like leaning into and like focusing on our own gifts and not comparing ourselves to others, which is extremely challenging, as we know.
It is, yes. Comparison is often the thief of joy.
Hmm.
Alana, thank you so much.
Of
Yes, I
course,
concur. If
Nico.
we had more connections and peer support, the world would be a better place. As we close our time together, I want to come to a question that I ask all of my interviewees for all my projects. I usually ask if there's like a recent win that you're celebrating, but you already got in there with your own recent win. If there's another, you could list that off. But in general, what cool stuff are you doing? What do you want to promote? How do you want to brag about
Oh my
yourself?
gosh.
And if like some of your efforts are online or your business is online, you can like shout that out too. This is your chance to be a cheerleader
Yeah.
for yourself. So go all out.
Thank you so much. Well, I want to share with you, because it is like a visual
Sure.
representation. So during the pandemic, I got back into my art. I'm an artist. I think it's really important that,
Oh, wow. Okay.
ourselves that maybe are told by society, like, hey, you're just like, I'm a social worker, a macro social
Right.
worker. I'm not just a macro social worker. I'm an artist. I'm a doer. I'm a builder. I'm a dreamer. I'm a seeker. And so during the pandemic, Nico, like many of us did, I got back into like my like artist
All
way
right.
of living. And it really has like, I'll just like share like what happened really quickly. So this is a 49-day journey, called Counting the Umber Within. And it's very wonky, but essentially this practice is rooted in Judaism and
Sure.
mysticism. And the whole focus is really opening ourselves up to the divine, the creator, whatever you want to believe in, higher power, or just the ability to create. And so every day there's different themes that go along with this notion of counting the Omer within, of this like spiritual awakening, of this like opening of self, of soul. Um, and it's changed my life. I did this like 2 years ago, and I'm hoping to create, actually get this published like as a book, as a guide, and then also do like courses and guidance around it. I don't love the word coaching because I don't think it's coaching, it's more like guiding, and really be alongside others, and not like, you're not coaching people, you're guiding them into what they already know to be true. So that's what I have going on right now. Currently between jobs, I do feel that as someone who does have a learning disability, who has ADHD, amongst other things, I truly believe that my career has taken me the most like crazy, like winding path, like for a reason. I think it's because of like this. I think it's because of my ability to create and really bring my visions into existence, which is extremely challenging. So I just like want everyone to know like this has not been an easy journey, and I have not, been able to find employment for over half a year, due to myself being in this like space, this liminal duality of going into really my true essence, and then also being able to like accommodate really like what society often like tells us how to act and what to do. And so essentially creating my own path like into my career, um, I have done, but I feel like this whole journey of finding the number within like really opened up like this like essentially this portal for me to step into, for me to also, guide others that are not sure how to access their creativity, their spirituality, whatever that means for them. So that's what I have going on right now. Not sure where we're gonna live. Like it's like very like winding, and there's like thresholds we have to step into and through. And so if anyone else is like going through it, like I'm here with you. I've been going through this for like 3 years now. Up and down, just like complete roller coaster, and it's incredible. And also, as you know, like so challenging that just days I just want to be in bed. And know that others also are going through it as well, even if they say they're not going through it.
I see you in that, definitely. Thank you for the work that you're doing, not just for yourself, but for
Thanks,
our
Nico.
community. Of course. And that's a great book. It looks really fantastic. If
Thank
any of the
you.
audience out there is um, from the low vision or blind community, Alana held up a book that she made herself with all kinds of like wrinkly pages. It looked like a book that had been through some stuff, but it was really cool. Like a book you might find
Thanks.
at one of those antique book fairs. Alana, thank you for your time. I
Thanks,
really enjoyed this,
Nico.
and I'm really
Me
pulling for you.
too. Thank
All
you
right,
so much. And I love what you're doing. And
thank you. I
we
appreciate
got
that.
this. We need
We
more of
do.
this.
All right,
Let's support
audience,
that.
tune in next time. I'm rooting for you. Bye.